Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. It is 11:06. My video has caught up. Here we are. Good morning. How are you? It is Monday morning. It is September 19th. I cannot believe we are in the third week of September. It is a bit crazy to me, actually, that it's already September 19th. So I don't know. It feels strange. Time certainly has sped up quite a bit, and I think that it's just the way we are right now. So I say good morning. I say happy Monday. I it was a really beautiful weekend. I did not get to go out much. My daughter is home with COVID, and she is pretty sick or has been pretty sick. I think we may have finally rounded the corner on it, but she's been pretty sick for a week. She started feeling lousy last Monday. We tested positive on Wednesday, but she's been feeling sick since Monday. So it's been a week, and so I didn't get to necessarily go outside much this weekend at all because we can't really. And then yesterday we decided to take a ride. Um, we went to I went and got her a smoothie, and then um, we took a ride to nowhere. We were out for maybe I don't know, an hour maybe, and at the end of that hour she was a wilted dish rag. So and all she did was sit in the car. Like, she did not get up out of the car at all, but she was wilted for just having been up for that long. So she's still pretty sick, um, which means that my weekend has been very quiet, and also allowed for quite a bit of time for introspection, and at the same time really feeling powerless to help her. I wish there was something I could do to help it or fix it or make it better for her, and I can't. And it breaks your heart. It breaks your heart when you can't fix anything. And my whole message recently has been about, we can't fix it. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing going wrong. I've been teaching that. That's been up for a couple of weeks now. So I had to really put my money where my mouth is this weekend and just simply allow whatever it is that she has to go through to be okay, and to hold space for her as much as I can without trying to fix it, without trying to make it better, because I can't. There's really nothing I can do. So it's been a pretty powerful lesson for me. Again, reminder of how to sit and stay. I've been I was supposed to give a talk at the Metro West Conference for Women on Thursday, which got canceled because of this sort of COVID exposure, and it got to be a pretty extraordinary experience anyway. And the topic was about feeling your feelings, sitting in your feelings and feeling them. What I've done with my clients all week long is to ask them to feel what they feel and then amplify it by 1 degree. So, whatever feelings. So, this weekend it was for me powerless and ineffectual and empathy and fear and sadness for Lily. I had to feel all of it. And what I did was I felt it all, I brought it up 1 degree or a couple of degrees. I amplified it. And when I amplified it, then I could figure out what was underneath it, and I could let it move through, and I wasn't trying to block it or change it or fix it in any way. I was just feeling it. And when I did that, it moved through. Emotions are just energy in motion. Our job is to let them. Our job is to feel it come in like a wave and go out like a wave. It will come in, and maybe it feels like a wave that's a tsunami. Maybe it feels like it's overwhelming and completely inundating. And we just have to feel it. We just have to sit in that space and just breathe. And I know that's true at the large macrocosm right now for everybody. I know that we are just feeling this, like, fear and lack and scarcity and overwhelm as a collective, as a society. We've all been feeling it for a little while. We've been feeling this intensity, this pressure, this squeezing, this changing. The full moon was intense, the new moon coming up. I mean, we're coming into the fall equinox, um, where there's a balance between the light and the dark. We're coming into that time where we're being asked to, the winter is when we're meant to dive in and do the internal work, right? So we're coming into that time, but we're also in the time of like the earth gets to show us what it feels like to let go in a beautiful, extraordinary way. The earth shows us how to surrender as if it's the most amazing thing you could imagine when the leaves change and the we have all the harvest and the abundance of the season. It's a pretty extraordinary thing that the earth shows us four, and well, if you think about the pagan year, it's 8 times a year, but 4 times a year the earth shows us what it means to change and to allow and to celebrate each season, each turn of the wheel. It's kind of what we're being asked to do right now is to celebrate, surrender, flow, sit in the feelings and allow them to be okay as they are without trying to change them or fix them or do anything. We just have to feel our feelings. And eventually then we can maybe find compassion for it or we can ask for it. But one of the things we talked about this morning is like feeling okay in the messiness, feeling okay in that things maybe get extraordinary, things get big, things get explosive, and that's okay, right? That our feelings up to this point haven't killed us yet, so it's chances are good they aren't going to kill us, even though it may sometimes feel that way. And if it does kill us, then our problems are over and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So either way, we can't lose in this, right? So in this moment, can we sit and sit and fucking stay? Because it's easy to say and incredibly painful to do. I just had a session with a woman just now, and what we did for the entire session was bring her back to her feelings and what she was feeling. She said, "But I don't want to feel this way." And I said, "Well, okay, but you don't have a choice in the matter because you feel it. You either feel it or if you feel it, and you then try to judge it or shunt it away or put it aside. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. Now you're creating this situation where it's like running you, which is kind of what she's doing. She's running and then she gets ahead of herself and then she gets a future and she's like, what if, what if, what if? And how many times a day do you do this? Well, I don't want to feel that. And so you leap into something else. Versus if you just sat and felt it for 30 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes or whatever it is, it's going to come in like a wave and then recede again. And it will. Sometimes it does flood you. Sometimes it is completely overwhelming. And that's okay. And then it recedes. And then it's gone and we've taken it out of the world again. And when we did that, I did that with my client just a few minutes ago, it got quieter. It got easier. She could breathe better. And she felt better afterwards. And sometimes it's going to take a tremendous amount of excavating, a tremendous amount of sitting and staying in the feeling. But it's the only option we have is to sit and to stay and to feel it until it's no longer running our lives. I got I this has been my daily work for, I mean, it's certainly been my daily work for 2 years. And it's been my practice to teach others for quite some time. I say it like it's easy. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. If you are interested, I will happily teach you how to do this. If you're not interested, I wish you luck. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. I hope that you dwell in your heart. I have an ask for everybody, and this is me. Um, I guess it's a vulnerable request. Um, I would very much like to fill my Chakras of Happiness class for a whole slew of reasons. The first and foremost, because that's one of the things that we will do in that class is allow you to be okay with yourself as is. We teach that to you. We give you tools and tips and tricks and hints and resources for actually being at home in yourself. And we also do it with a tribe of people who can help support you and love you and see you and cherish you. And I know that's how we're going to heal the world. I actually know that. Secondly, almost equally as important, is that I think I think the world needs us to do our work in a very real way. We're being called to. We need it. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And so, if you know of someone who would be interested in my Chakras of Happiness class, I would like to invite you to please share that. Please talk about it. Please, I have some videos that will be going out this week with with me talking about first chakra and second chakra, like whatever. I have all of that. Um, and then I am calling on everybody to. I know that we're in a fear and lack and scarcity place. I know that it feels scary and dangerous, and money is challenging right now. And I want to make my work as accessible as possible. I do. I offer scholarships and pay what you can afford and whatever. And also, I have bills and expenses that I need to pay. And so, what I would love to do is create a movement where we can all support each other somehow. So, if you can't afford the Chakras of Happiness class, is there a service that you provide that I maybe could use in my business or in life? And can we figure out a way to barter for it? Because I need certain things in my business that I don't necessarily have the capital and the resources to pay for because of life. So if you want to take a class with me, but you can't necessarily afford it or whatever, let's figure out a way to barter. Let's figure out a way to create a community anyway, because I really do feel like we're headed in that direction anyway. So I'm gonna sort of see if I can model this and say if you want to coach with me or you want to teach with me or you want to take classes with me and you can't afford it because money, whatever, I get it, then let's figure out a way to support each other. And if anybody wants to invest, wants to support a business, I would that we let's have that conversation as a totally separate conversation. If you want to invest in this, because I know we're going somewhere. I've talked before about the Fierce Happiness Institute, and I know that's what I'm creating. I know that that's what these classes are sort of the foundation for, is creating the Fierce Happiness Institute where we can come and share and do our work together and have tribe and community and have it be a place of growth and learning and support and community. I know this. So I am calling in anybody who this message touches to come be a part of this. My one of my friends, my coach Stephanie, was talking about this show that she calls it's called I don't Undercover Billionaire maybe. But the premise of the show is they drop this guy in like Nowheresville with $100 and his truck, and that's it. And he has to like build a program from the ground up. And he does it. He does it successfully because he gets people who buy into his mission. And so that's what I'm doing. I listened to a amazing speaker on Thursday at the keynote. She was the opening speaker for the Metro West Conference for Women, and I felt so inspired. And one of the things that she was talking about is calling on your friends. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm calling on all of my friends right now to build this with me because I realize I can't do it alone, and I'm actually tired of trying to do it alone. So I'm actually calling in everybody who wants to build this with me. And I don't necessarily exactly know what that looks like yet, but I want to be in the inquiry of it. So everybody who gets this message and feels called to it, let's build this together. Because I know it is what's going to it's does not fix us. I know it's what's going to help us evolve and grow to the next level. And I also think that I'm going to offer free healings to everybody. No questions asked. I'll send you my calendar link if you ask me for it. We'll do a session together because I really think the world needs it. Anyway, have a wonderful Monday. It's a very lugubrious day again, and it also feels hopeful. Have a wonderful Monday.